Let's say that I'm gonna try to like, what was your name again?
Keith.
Keith, so I got Keith here, and I wanna get Keith loaded, right? Well, like if my legs are far away from him, and I try to lift Keith, that's really tough, you know? Again, I just can't do that. But if I get really close and I get my heels to my butt, it's very easy to load Keith up, okay? So, with that, this cross ankle, besides getting us at a really like strong angle for the leg, it's also getting rid of the distance. So now that like my heel goes to my butt, so when I go to lift Keith, super easy, not a lot of strength required. Opposed to if I fall far back with Keith, now it's like this leg lift here, which maybe I can muscle it and get away with it. But again, you start to do jiu-jitsu in that way, then you know, that works if you're up against a person that's smaller, does not work against a person that's bigger. And butterfly generally can be in a pretty good position if the person's big or small. Okay, so going back to all this stuff here. Again, we get our position, we get our grip. We get rid of the distance and cut our angle with the cross scoop. I get rid of the post. Okay, again, my leg is still perfectly in a strong position. I feel him trying to get back to his base. I follow him up here. I take advantage of the underhook. Get into my cross scoop again, this arm scoop grip, not arm scoop, arm crunch. Now from here, we're just working the sweep. And again, it's the same thing. We're getting rid of the distance and then we're going to this side. This is the arm that we're trapping, right? So we're gonna go to this side. There are some sweeps to that side, but we go to this one. For this sweep, for the giggler to sort of work in, the way that most people will escape this movement is if they can get some pressure on it and start to turn his thumb up and go and start to get close to it right there, pull your arm back out. It's a lot of times how people get out of it. Sit down for me real quick. He's here. Like a lot of times you get people that here when they're driving down and then they start to slide out. Very common. Right? There's other ways that you can get out of it. That's probably 90 times out of 100 if I do this move. That's how they try to get out of it. Is they try to slide it out right here, okay? Now going back to our same movement that we did earlier, that's a catch and grip right there, okay? And so now if we put ourselves into a half butterfly guard, we can do the hip shuffle. So what we're gonna do from here, so Keith, you're gonna right in here, see if I can walk you through this. See if I can put your butterfly in. So he's got butterfly right here. As he starts to fall back, go and put half guard on this side, other side. I'm sorry, man, that's not me. I'm putting you in the hot seat. You don't know how to do the move yet. That's my fault. I'm being a jerk. So from here, right here in the position, if I start to feel him drive into me, I'm gonna fall to a half butterfly. I'll show you kind of why as a half butterfly, because again, if I'm right here, I still have a really good underhook. So if worst comes to worst, I still have like the attack on the other side because I have that underhook. So I don't want to give that up. So that's why I'm not going to a straight half guard. So from here, as he starts to drive me down, he starts to pull his arm out, we catch. And then from here, the grip, this leg, or you can even use the armpit here. And then the leg movement is the same reverse shrimp hip shovel movement. Just with the leg on the inside. And in a lot of cases, you end up in a really strong calf on top. Here, there we go. Again, the key on this is really that we're just combining movements over and over again. Like you start to get into this stuff and I'm not really doing anything. I'm doing the same movements, looking for the same grips over and over again, and I'm just mixing them together, okay? So, again, we've got to the arm crunch. He's starting to drive me back. Go for our half butterfly. He starts to pull his arm out, catch the grip. This hand will go away from the arm crunch grip to the back of the armpit. And again, this one's a little trickier, but again, use your hips to scoot underneath so that your hips are directly underneath of them. And come right on top.